During her wedding, Chantal wore a beautiful wedding dress that everyone was jealous of. No one would have ever thought that this simple dress was from a secondhand store. But when she wanted to take her wedding dress to the dry cleaners after her wedding, she noticed this strange detail. Chantal was obsessed with secondhand things. She bought all her furniture at the secondhand store, and her closet was also full of clothes that she bought from here. It wasn't only good for the environment, but it was super affordable. She also liked the idea that items already experienced a whole life before her. That's why it was really not anything new when she decided to buy her wedding dress from a secondhand store. What she never realized was that this specific dress had a very special story. When Chantal was proposed to by her boyfriend at the time, Max, 31, she was ecstatic. She could not wait until her wedding day. But before that, it was time to pick out the more beautiful dress ever. Before we continue, make sure to subscribe, hit the like button, and click the notification bell for more amazing stories. That's why she decided to go past all the second-hand stores that she knew. She inspected every inch of every dress all the way down to the smallest detail. But there was one detail that she had completely missed. This became the most important detail of all details. After weeks of searching through second-hand stores across the city, Chantal finally found the perfect dress. It fit perfectly, and she immediately got a good feeling about it. What gave her that good feeling? She wasn't quite sure. Over the moon, she took her new purchase home. The wedding was only in a few days, and she put the dress on every day leading up to it because of how happy she was with it. Then the special day arrived. She was about to marry the love of her life. Filled with nerves, Chantal put on her special wedding dress, and once she heard the music playing, she walked slowly but beautifully to the altar. Her boyfriend and love of her life stood to one side of the altar and watched her walk down in admiration. He knew that he was marrying the most beautiful woman in the world and was extremely happy. Everything went smoothly until it was time to say yes. When the wedding official asked Chantal and Max to grab each other's hands and say, "Do," Chantal suddenly got a blackout. Stumbling over her words, she wasn't able to get the words "I do" out. An exciting moment for her soon-to-be partner, who was watching her nervously. Chantal couldn't explain her blackout, but she knew that it had something to do with the dress. After the wedding, when she brought the dress to the dry cleaners, that's when the strange truth came out about the dress. After the wedding, she had pulled the dress as quickly off from her body as she could. She felt so overwhelmed in the dress that she felt like she was going to burst into a panic. It was as if the dress was trying to tell her something. However, what it was trying to tell her was still unclear. This became clear the following day. When she brought the dress to the dry cleaners, she looked for a washing label on the inside of the dress. She couldn't find the washing label, but she did come across a different but interesting find. When Chantal saw the label in the dress, her eyes immediately got bigger. She was shocked by what she saw on the label, that she dropped the dress on the ground. Totally taken by surprise, she slumped to the floor next to her dress and looked into the distance. This couldn't be real. With shaky hands, she grabbed the dress and took another look at it. But no, she had indeed read it correctly. This could not be true. The tears started flooding in while she remained on the floor. This must have been fate. Fate had purposely, on that day, brought her to that specific second-hand store where that specific dress was waiting for her. With that special label, the label had a name on it that she recognized all too well, her mother's name. Chantal was adopted and had never known her real mother. The only thing she knew about her biological mother was that she had led a very intense life and suffered through lung complaints. That must have been why she felt so overwhelmed in the dress. Was her mother trying to tell her something about this dress? She almost couldn't believe her eyes, but when she brought the dress to the dry cleaners, something even stranger happened. The man at the desk of the dry cleaners looked confusingly at Chantal when he spotted the dress. "I know this dress," he said, surprised. "This looks exactly like the dress that my ex-wife wore during our wedding." When Chantal heard this, her mouth almost dropped open from how shocked she was. She explained to the man that she had found the dress in a secondhand store, and that the name on the label was that of her biological mother's. When the man heard this, he too was amazed. If this really was the dress of his previous wife, then this must have been the daughter that he never got to know. So, as you can see, fate has a funny way of steering us in directions if we open ourselves to it. Binding bonds through beautiful tales. Thank you for watching.